and welcome to another Happy Pod, the only podcast in the world. My name is Nathan, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful, friendly co-host, Beth Taylor. Hello, Beth.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I have you every week. You're the main co-host. How are you this week,
I'm glad
Beth?
to be back, as per usual. Feels like home.
Great. And how you doing this week?
I'm doing good. I've got the holiday blues. But,
Holiday blues, yeah.
Yeah, that's why we didn't record the episode last week.
We did miss a week last week. Full disclosure, Beth has been away on holiday recently, so we didn't get a chance to record that last week. But she's back. And we're here today to discuss a movie that we recently watched.
Yep. And it's not a Marvel movie.
It's not a Marvel movie. No, Beth is here, but it's not a Marvel movie. We our what's that meme? Like, friendship ended with Marvel. Now it's whatever.
We're bonding over trauma and pain instead.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? So we watched a movie this week. I can't. All right, Lawrence, hello.
Don't click off, everyone. I'm here as well.
No one cares.
They're not here for you, Lawrence.
Yeah, they're clicking off now. Now they're clicking off.
Yeah, they're like, fuck's sake.
I was prepared to wait out the entire episode then. I was so committed to that bit.
I was trying to see how committed would I be? How far would I go? It turns out not that far. Hello, Lawrence. How are you?
I'm well, Nathan.
No one cares. Why don't you tell us what this show is all about?
Hello, this is a show where me and Nathan, and now Beth as well, get together and we talk about all kinds of things, pop culture, movies, TV shows, games, we have a good time trying to stay on the good side of things. Hi.
He misses 1 week to deal with his divorce, and now... And now he's slacking with his duties.
Oh, God. See, I'm a professional. This is why you should get me on every week. Let's just get rid of Lawrence. I say let's stage a mutiny. I've been in the Caribbean, so I've picked up some ways.
The old pirate lingo.
Yeah.
Well, Lawrence has lost a lot of his appeal now that
you
he
can't
is
call
a
parlay,
divorced man.
Lawrence. You're out.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fine. No, I'll take it. That's fine. I know where I'm not wanted.
Great. All right. See you later. No, you can stay for now.
Thank you, Nathan.
You're the guest this week.
Yeah,
that's fine. Until I can do the intro properly, I'll take guest status, and Beth can be bumped to host.
Wait till you hear the outro on Still Got Legs for
no.
This week. It did not go well. Let me tell you that. So, Lawrence, you have wanted to watch this movie for a while, and you've been badgering me to watch this movie that we watched today. So tell us a little bit about it. Why did you want to watch this pretentious dumb movie that you love?
If you've seen it, you know it's not a pretentious movie.
Tell us the story. Tell us the background.
I've been garnering a reputation on this podcast for someone that only watches fucking 8-hour black and white noir pigeon movies.
And Marvel. You love Marvel as well.
And truly, yeah, I do love Iron Man, it must be said. So I wanted to show you that I can be capable of enjoying something utterly stupid and fun, and basically something without much like meaning to it, just a bunch of fun people having fun doing fun things.
Okay.
That's kind of my way in for it.
And you like this movie, yes?
Yeah, no, I really like it. I think it's not perfect, but it's just dumb fun. It's exactly what it says it's supposed to do.
Interesting. Beth, had you seen this movie before?
No, I hadn't. I'd wanted to watch it for ages. I even wanted to watch it when it was out in the cinema, but I just didn't get round to it. So
yeah. Did you know much about it going in? Did you know anything, or was it pretty much a blind experience?
I knew it was going to be like a fun action type. Like, I knew it wasn't going to take itself seriously from what I'd seen in trailers and then in some clips that I'd seen online. Also, I wanted to thirst over Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
That's fair.
I knew it.
And we will discuss that, trust me. And just overall, enjoyed it? Had a good time?
I did. Overall consensus, I enjoyed it. Obviously, I wouldn't say it's my favourite movie, but I'd put it on again for, like, easy laughs. Like,
I don't think it's anyone's favourite movie, is it?
Interesting.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, I think it did well to connect itself. It was quite separate to begin with, but I think the storytelling was pretty good. But yeah.
What about you, Nathan?
Look,
Oh, fucking hell. Here we go.
No, hang on.
I know that look. I know
wait.
the tone of
Look,
the look.
all right? Just wait. Look, all right? I knew nothing about this movie going in. I had seen probably a few clips, but the one that I only remember, the one that always stuck out in my mind was, it was always on like thirst trap edits that Beth probably made on TikTok for Aaron Taylor Johnson, of him just punching the window through, and then he'd walk through the train with like this big Alpha Chad music behind him. And to be honest, that put me off the movie.
No, but it's the way he walks.
I know, I understand. Trust me.
It's a
okay?
sexy fucking walk, Nathan.
But those edits put me off the movie because I'm like, what is this Alpha Chad movie? This power fantasy bullshit. I don't want to watch this. It seems boring. So I had that in my head, and then I watch it today, and I am presented with something very different to what my expectations are. Okay, like I could not. Like, what I thought it was, what I thought the movie was, I could not have been more wrong. Not my opinion of it, just about what it was. Like, I could not have been more wrong about, like, what I was watching. This is the greatest fucking movie of all time, man. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the best movie ever made, man. What the fuck?
God, I've struck out about 8 fucking times on recommending you shit.
It was a good fun movie.
Massively. The surprises just kept... The cast, are you like... Every 10 minutes or so, I'm like, what the fuck is going on now? It's insane. It's just reveal after reveal after reveal, and it's...
Are we going to mention Channing Tatum?
Channing Tatum blew my fucking mind. And he's hardly in it. It's a cameo at best. Like, fucking bizarre. Truly bizarre. But yeah, it's... Look, full disclosure, I may have recency bias. I literally finished watching it about 10 minutes ago. But yeah, that being said, this is the greatest movie of all time.
One thing I do have to mention, because like it's the only thing I can think about. Like, what's his name? I don't want to get it wrong.
Brian Tyree Henry.
Brian Tyree Henry.
Yes.
And his accent.
Yeah. Awful. No,
right.
No, Lawrence, you cannot defend it.
When he's bouncing off of Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's born and bred British, right? You can tell the difference. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it took away much for me. If anything, it just made me laugh a bit more because, like, it is a funny movie. And it is a bad accent, but I'm enjoying it. Like, it was just something I couldn't. I was like, "Fuck me, bro."
But
He's so bad.
The thing is, though, you're right. It is an awful accent. It is bad. You can hear the American all the way through it. Like he is fooling absolutely fucking no one. All right. But the thing is, though, Aaron Taylor Johnson is such a good fucking actor that he actually made me believe he was an American doing a bad British accent as well. Because he sounds fucking awful as well. He sounds like he's doing a bad British accent all the way through this movie.
It was
but
like
he's British.
Proper like infused.
It was like someone watched fucking what's that movie with where Tom Hardy's in it twice and he plays Tom Hardy.
Oh, like the Cray twins.
Yeah,
I Am Legend.
Yeah, it's like
not I Am Legend, just Legend.
He watched I Am Legend, and he saw Will Smith kill a dog. No, he watched whatever that fucking Legend movie is, and then he just did a bad impression of fucking
it's like dialed up to
Tom
15
Hardy.
when it shouldn't be. It's
All
like,
you gotta do with that, bake me a
normally.
cake, fucking so shy. It's just a bit all quite nasally and quite high pitched Cockney bloke and. It's fun.
This is like one of my favorite things about this movie because it's so teeny tiny bit of background. The directors of the first John Wick were a duo of two people that loved doing stunts on The Matrix, and they were like, "We're gonna make John Wick." That's a guy called Chad Stahelski.
Chad Michael Murray, who was the lead singer of
One Tree Hill.
No, sorry. I was thinking of Chad Kroger, who is the lead singer of Nickelback.
So. No, but he's both of them.
Yeah, so Chad Kroger and Chad Michael Murray, they directed The Matrix.
No, they're one man. They just adapt surnames depending on scenarios.
Great.
Him and David Leitch were the first directors, or they were the directors of John Wick, and then after John Wick, they were like, they had planned to be like a directing duo to make like do their whole careers together, and David Leitch split off and was like, I kind of like this, but I kind of don't want to get stuck in this, and that is evident by the fact that Chad Stahelski went on to then make 3 more John Wick movies.
Yeah.
And David Leitch has gone on. He's done Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, this, a bunch of other kind of odd stuff. And basically, what I like about his approach to directing is exactly on the accent point you're making. Both Joey King and Brian Tyree Henry at one point went up to David Leitch and went, I can't make this accent work. And he went, that's perfect. That's fine. I don't care. And he just went, that's like, because it's the eccentric cast of characters. Like, I'm sure, Nathan, I know, seen Knives Out. I'm sure you've seen Knives Out, Beth. Yeah,
Obviously.
it's that fucking, it's that random cast of good actors playing eccentric weirdos that is perfect in this movie. But that's like the main thing I love.
Joey King is less offensive.
I didn't think hers was that bad.
No, neither did I. And Brian Tyree...
Really?
Yeah. To be honest, I hardly noticed Joey King. To be honest, I spent most of the movie being like, where the fuck do I know you from? Your face is so fucking familiar. And I was kind of doing my
And then
head
you go, The Kissing Booth, 1, 2, and 3
I've never
from
seen
Netflix.
any of the Kissing Booth movies, so no. Honestly, I'm still not sure where I
Strap
know
in,
it
they
from.
are a whirlwind.
She was a child actor, so you might know her as like a kid in some kind of movie. Or
I know.
something,
I
'cause she's
saw her
got
on
such
IMDb
a distinct
earlier.
face.
She does have a very distinct face, yeah. She was in the Conjuring movie, but she was like 12 in that. But so like I don't know. Brian's bad. He plays a good character. It's great, but the accent itself, he's right. He cannot make it work. It's bad. And like the second I heard it, I was like,
I wish I could remember the word that he said that like made me like say it for like 5 minutes, because genuinely I was so baffled when he said it. It was so wrong, and it just like made me crease so much. It might come back to me, and I'll say it randomly in this recording. But there was a specific moment that made me go, "Oh my god, this is the worst accent I've heard in my fucking life."
But it works though. Like it's
no,
like,
it doesn't.
No. The accent itself doesn't work, but it makes for this.
No, I think it adds to the exactly. I quite liked it, because especially like in the moments between Aaron and Brian, like where Aaron's like sounds more natural, so to speak. Like he knows where to move his mouth, whereas obviously for Americans it's different. So it does make it. I think it makes it funnier, because it's like, oh my god, you're trying, but it ain't working, mate.
Brian Tyree Henry is such a difficult name to say. Like, it's you really got to pay attention.
It's
to
3 first names, that's why.
It is. You really got to pay attention to every name you're saying there. It's like I don't know.
I think it's the Tyree Henry.
It is,
situation.
yeah.
Did you enjoy the first snippet we get of Sony's El Muerto? Their very own Bad Bunny, who is in this
I was so confused, because I was like, I recognise this guy, but I was like, not in film. Like, where is he from? And I googled the IMDb of this film, and I was like, what the fuck is Bad Bunny doing in this?
Did you Google it during the film?
Yeah, during, because I was like,
that is risky, mate. That is.
I just did, because I'm autistic and my brain has to Google it at that second.
That's fair. That is fair. To be honest, I knew of Bad Bunny. Like, I knew of him. I'd never seen him before. Like, I don't know what he looks like. So, and I didn't know that was Bad Bunny until the movie was finished, and I looked it up on IMDb. So there we go. But yeah, the character of Wolf was interesting. It's so bizarre, because this movie, it's very quickly like, oh, let's introduce this character. They're this fucking badass. They're the biggest fucking badass you've ever seen. They've killed so many people. This is their backstory. Now they're having another fight, and no one's around to see it for some reason. Happens a lot in this movie. Here they have a fight. Oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
But then I'd say though, the one thing I did like about the movie though is how it kind of goes back to it, as like the pieces to the puzzle are coming to you as the movie's playing out.
Yes.
Like that's how I like how it all tied together, because at first you're like, why, like like with the whole wedding scene, I was like, I don't understand why I'm seeing this, but then obviously later on in the movie I like that. I like puzzle movies.
Like, genre-wise, it kind of moves beyond action comedy, which is like all of the trailers. And like, I'm kind of like grateful I didn't see any, because I looked back at some of them after hearing what people were saying. The trailers make this movie look fucking terrible. Like they just make it look like really insufferable, and like they include all the lines that like the worst of this movie is pretty much the only thing in the trailer. Like Aaron Taylor Johnson being like, "Holy shit balls," and like just saying these really terrible lines that don't work.
Sorry. I knew I recognised that. There was there's a fight sequence. Sorry, I'm just completely taking on a different point here. But there's a fight sequence in the movie with Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brad Pitt, and it gets broken up at one point by like a conductor on the train.
Oh, the Asian woman.
Yes.
Yeah, I recognise her too.
Yeah,
Was she?
I recognised her and I looked her up, and she's it's Kimiko from The Boys.
Oh, The Boys.
Yeah,
yes.
I knew I fucking recognised her
I
from somewhere.
thought that too. I was like, her face is so familiar.
Mate, there are some rogue random appearances in this. The mobster's son that that Tangerine and Lemon sit next to. That is, I don't know the guy's name,
Logan
but that is
Lerman.
the actor who played. That's it. Yeah, Percy Jackson or whatever his fucking character was.
I don't know what that is.
I was hoping you.
Yeah, Percy Jackson. Yeah, you are.
I have literally no idea what that is.
It was like 10 years ago, though. It was actually...
So, Nathan, if this is finally the movie, I can't get over the fact that like I finally suggested something to you that you've really enjoyed.
Yeah, because most things, let me stress, most things you suggest are genuinely terrible. Like
to you.
What about it? What about the film like makes it like the best movie of all time that you've seen?
So the movie, like I say, the cast is great. It's a surprise after surprise with the cast, and some really great actors, and great actors in very small, bizarre roles as well. Like we mentioned, the actress who plays Kimiko in The Boys just showing up for nothing. The train conductor is the guy, he played Hero in Heroes, and phenomenal actor, so good, but he's like hardly anything in this. There's it does play quite a significant role, but the role of the Elder is quite a famous Japanese actor who's appeared in a lot of Western stuff as well. Weirdly, mostly Marvel movies, but again, a lot of stuff he's appeared in. And he's great. Hiroyuki Sanada. So yeah, he's a great actor. Yeah, so the cast is like the main selling point. After that, it's a story. It's so well written and tightly woven, really. The way, like I say, it's staged, so it's not a chronological linear story. It's incredibly interesting the way it's doled out. Like right at the end of the movie, we get a sequence that like explains the origin of a fucking water bottle and ties everything together, which is bizarre. It's just so well written.
That water bottle just throughout the entire movie. Like when I watched it, I was just like, why is this always here? What the fuck is going on? And then at the end, I was, when you're thinking, you're watching something, you're actively going like, I'm paying too much attention to this stupid water bottle. What am I doing? Like, just watch the movie. And then at the end, I have never felt vindication like it. When the water bottle had that sequence, and I was like, yes, the water bottle was something.
Yeah, it was a good sequence as well. It was all just a really just greatly tightly woven package, and like throughout it as well, there's just great action sequences, fight sequences, a lot of fights that don't necessarily make sense. And like I say, this train itself makes no fucking sense to me. There's just large rooms where there's no one else there, and everyone's just having a fight. Like, why is no one in like the VIP bar whilst Bad Bunny and fucking Thingy are having a fight? No one is in that fucking VIP bar for no reason.
And again, it's been a while since I have seen it, so please correct me if I'm wrong. At the end, is there not some sort of mention about how the person has bought out every ticket on the train?
No, actually, yeah, you say that. At first, I was thinking, how are they getting away with fine? And then he did mention that every ticket was bought. So,
but would there not be any
point
staff?
Still does stand.
It's a bar though. Would there not be any staff in that bar? Like they're helping themselves to drinks. Like, why?
It depends if they've just been ordered to like sit down and shut up.
It's one of them movie things where you're just like, would I rather them be stopped by a staff member, or would I rather they keep shooting each other's faces or something?
I'd rather it makes sense, Lawrence.
Oh, it's a movie, Nathan.
No.
Come on, Nathan.
Well, if we're talking like, there's no way Aaron Taylor Johnson would have stayed on that train if we're being realistic.
Oh yeah, and like that's the thing. Like before the end sequence where it all gets ripped up to fuck, there was like at least 7 different entry points that have been just blown up and ripped to shreds on that train. And again, no one's done anything. No one's said anything. Like that conductor hasn't walked past and gone, "Oh, there's a big fucking hole here. Maybe I should do something about that."
Maybe I should flag this train to stop. Or
Maybe this train should be stopped and replaced at the next station or something. I don't know. It seems like a bit of health and safety hazard, but that's just me. Hey, I don't know how the rail system in Japan works. Full disclosure, I have never been to Japan. There we go.
You've never been on a titular bullet train?
I have, but not in Japan. That's not true.
Okay, good. Thanks for the random lie. This movie does something, and both of you have said it was kind of like well told, the way the story kind of unfolds and always keeps you kind of on your toes and second guessing shit. It employs a technique of editing that normally I fucking despise, and in this movie I don't know how, but it is the only movie I think I've ever seen pull it off this well. And this the type of editing is known as Family Guy editing, which is where 2 people sit down and they go, "I can't believe it when this happened," and then you watch 5 minutes of this happening.
Yes.
And then it cuts back to the same scene you were watching beforehand.
Why do you not like that?
I get what you mean.
Because the reason I'm not sometimes in this movie, I want to stress I really do like it, but a lot of the time it's kind of just like, do you remember when we chopped that guy's arm off? And then a 5-minute scene that ends with the arm being chopped off. So for the entire scene, I'm just like, I know, chop his arm off and let me get back to the thing. I feel like a lot of the time it's padding for the runtime to like make it hit a studio mandate. And
is that not a writing thing more than an editing thing?
Yeah, but also like it's kind of it's written to be that kind of stylistic approach. Like when someone is the writer director or works together with the writer, often they'll kind of build it in on both ends. Like normally a writer will just write it and the editor and the director will shoot it the way they do it. But when they're all working kind of as one team, which a lot of these kind of action comedy movies do, and especially David Leitch, he's been known to like solely collaborate with the team and kind of make it his vision and his baby throughout start to finish. It kind of all, sometimes it comes together and works, sometimes it doesn't. Like
I like cutaway gags. I think they're one of the, I don't know if they're
I
best,
kind of agree with Lawrence. I think it depends how they're done, because
I think it definitely does. I think I've seen them done incredibly well, and I think often the shorter they are, the better they are. Like a lot of times they used quite a lot and quite effectively in like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and stuff.
I was just about to say Brooklyn,
Jake will like set up a joke. Oh, this is just like the time, blah blah blah, and then it'll be cut to it, 2 seconds, and then they're back, and it's fucking hilarious. Like kills it most of the time. I don't know. I like cutaway gags.
Yeah, no, I like I say, cutaway gags. I think there is a difference between that and like having a full blown extended sequence, which is maybe is the difference between what I like and what I don't like. Like this, some of the funnest moments in this, and we can talk about their pairing in general, because like how studios didn't watch this movie, and like how they haven't immediately greenlit a bunch of like Guy Ritchie-esque, I don't know, like films, or like just a series of things starring Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry together doing some shit. Because like that bit where they were like debating like how many people did we kill over there doing this thing, and then they count it out, like that's all. It's again, it's the Deadpool influence. It's like that's exactly what Deadpool started, and David Leitch directed Deadpool 2, and you know all of that. So you can see how he's grown as a filmmaker, and I think this does it better. I would say.
Now that cameo makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking. As soon as I saw it, I went, okay, I get you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you not like it?
No, I'm fine with it. Like this is the kind of movie like
Ryan Reynolds.
I know. About. Yeah. A lot of the time in the past, I have harped on like, and most recently in a Flash episode, we spoke about how what meaningless or little jokey cameos can do and be a detriment to the movie. In this is so laser focused on being a dumb blockbuster.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying about like in-joke cameos where like in the Flash we have like fucking Nick Cage or whatever. Like who's that for? Who cares? And like in this, I guess you could possibly say Ryan Reynolds because same director, Deadpool. Ha ha ha. I don't think it's that though. I think if we hadn't had 12 other bizarre cameos and casting choices up until this point, then yeah, possibly. But the fact that it's just fucking hit after hit with fucking, you know, Brad Pitt, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, fucking Kimiko from The Boys, fucking Michael Shannon, fucking just hit after hit. And then at the end, fucking Sandra Bullock. What the fuck, man? It's just
yeah, I've got to agree
relentless.
with Nathan, to be honest, because I didn't make the connection. Obviously, I don't know my directors as well as you guys, but I didn't make the connection between Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds and the same director. So I like the same with, like, you know, Channing Tatum showing up for a half a second or whatever. Like, I was like, oh, that's quite funny. Like, you know, it's Ryan Reynolds calling it sick.
And this is the kind of movie that like that shit like that is absolutely perfect for, because it's designed to just give you that hit of, oh, there's thingy, like, as you're not in an action sequence. Because this movie thrives on, like, let's explode everything, and when it's not doing it, a lot of people are probably like, why have the explosions stopped? Like, a lot of general audiences. So you give them something to, you know, laugh at. And that's what something else kind of on the blockbuster point. Like, this is kind of like has the secret sauce of, like, if a movie is going to be, and this is not to its discredit, it sounds like I'm going to kind of hate on it for a second, but I'm not. Like, if a movie is going to be about nothing and primarily operate on, let's just be a dumb good time, then it should be a well-directed, well-edited, well-told good time. Like, and that's kind of like the shit and the shtick I've been kind of preaching on here. Like, so often you go to watch a fun blockbuster and you kind of, it makes a half-hearted attempt about being about something, and I'd rather it just own the fact that it's dumb and should be just dumb kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know where you guys stand on that.
No, I agree. I think sometimes the fun movies are the silly ones, the ones that don't take themselves too seriously, and I think that's why I enjoyed this movie a lot, because, like, it was engaging, like, because of obviously the stories, and there is, like, an underlying puzzle that you're putting together, but it's also like you could relax a bit and have fun, and for me as well, who's a little bit squeamish, obviously there were some times, like, where it was a bit like, oh, but it was done in a way where it was kind of like, how could that happen, sort of thing, that does take away the kind of squeamish moment elements to it, because you're just like, oh, of course, especially with, like, Brad Pitt's character being, like, you know, notorious for bad luck. It was just fun. It was funny.
This is everything that Fast and Furious desperately wishes it was, to a point. Dumb, explosive shit, but then they keep trying to make it about something else, and I'm like, just enjoy the fact that your car's crashing into fucking, I don't know, the Vatican or whatever the fuck they're doing. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Fast and Furious. It takes itself too seriously. It's like, oh, it's a story about family, and it's like, okay, so what are you doing?
It's
leaping
not,
off
bro.
of buildings and shit like that.
What was I going to say? Nathan, what was kind of the others? So we spoke a bit about, like, characters and stuff. I just keep coming back to you because I want to know, like, what did I get right so I can get it right again?
Well, you chose a good movie. Let me be clear, it's nothing you did. you had very little.
I was integral.
No. You had very little to do with this, Lawrence. Okay? If anything, it's David Leitch and the Cars. They made a good movie. If you want to cling onto something, suggest more fun stuff like this rather than some fucking 3-hour movie about a man being sad while he fucking lives in a cave or whatever the fuck you're watching.
What movie is that?
I don't know, Lawrence. It could be any of them.
That's true.
I don't know.
That's fair. That is fair. Where are you guys on the ending of this? Like, the kind of the last half hour, 20-minute kind of thing. Where it just goes fucking, like, quite literally off the rails.
I found it quite satisfying, I can't lie, because the whole movie in of itself was quite chaotic, so to speak. So I feel like I've been so, like, underwhelmed before when it comes to, like, sometimes people just don't know how to end a movie properly. Especially if it's a dumb one as well, because, like you say, it can sometimes just kind of forget everything that's happened in the film, but the fact that, like, you know, you've got Brian ended up being the one, you know, driving the tangerine car or whatever it is. Like, I just like, I was like, this is how it's got to end. It's just got to be chaos, like the lamppost falling on his car, because, you know, that's who he, like, it hasn't taken away the chaos elements that were happening on the train, if that makes sense.
It makes you think that this is just like the life that they live outside of the train.
Yeah.
They did this thing with this movie, like believe it or not, the common point that people bring up in kind of criticism about this is that the ending goes too ridiculous. And while it absolutely is ridiculous, I don't know what people expected to happen. If you have a movie called Bullet Train and the train doesn't explode or fly off the rails literally, what are we doing here?
You know, it's actually called a bullet train, though, right?
Yeah, yes.
That's what it's called in Japan. They had
I know.
It's not like they called it bomb train or something.
I'm not fucking stupid. I know why it's called bullet train.
Well, it sounded like that was the point you was making.
No, but like if you have a movie set on a bullet train, you need it to blow up or do something stupid at the end.
Not necessarily. You just needs to be on a bullet train.
So are you telling me like I don't know, you're watching a movie about, I don't know, imagine Fast and Furious and they never crash a single car.
Yeah,
like,
but
what are we doing?
But like, no, but it's called a bullet train, though.
It's
like
like
that's
Train
just the
to
name of it.
Busan. Like, it's not
it's
going to
like,
be called Train to Busan if they're not on a train.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if Fast and the Furious.
Why are you ganging up on me? What point have I made?
If Fast and the Furious was called, I don't know, Sensible Volvo Estate Wagon, then I'm not going to be shocked if it's set on a sensible Volvo Estate Wagon.
My point is, if you have if you have an action comedy called Bullet Train, where the premise is everyone is fighting on said bullet train, and you don't utilise that said bullet train to go off of the rails and explode and do something insane as your third final climactic act, you've missed a beat.
I think that's fundamentally wrong. No, I massively disagree with that statement, because again, it's just the name of a mode of transport. Like, it's not the words bullet train or words bullet train are not special for this movie.
I think I would kind of agree with what I get the point that you're making, Lawrence, and I think I would kind of agree with what you're saying.
I get the point he's making.
If the premise, if the story was like, say, about the bullet train, but it's not the story at the end of the day, was a bunch of different stories interwoven together. It wasn't about the train. It wasn't about the train itself. You know?
Oh, fine. Fine. Whatever. Nathan, where do you land in the third act?
So I was gonna say, I really enjoy the third act and kind of like the complete left turn it takes into almost this samurai movie, really, like the old forgotten gang leader, you know, cast out and exacting revenge for his family and stuff. It's so bizarre. Like, it's a little out of place with the rest of the movie. Thank you for not eating your McDonald's during this podcast.
I was going to mute myself in this bit.
But you didn't.
Not now. That's why editing is involved. If you guys
don't worry, guys.
I
won't eat my McDonald's. I'll be nice, guys. I won't eat my McDonald's.
I'm going to mute myself. You know
but you didn't mute yourself to us, did you? You're just hearing you scoff down a load of chips. No, like I say, I like the turn it takes. Like I say, it is a little out of field, but I think that works with kind of the bizarre nature of the movie we've had up until this point, and it's almost a little too serious at times compared to what we've had before. But it's just really well done. Like I say, I really enjoy this.
Yeah, I think it works well,
story
especially like you say, it was quite a chaotic movie throughout, with a kind of chaotic ending, but obviously the stakes are high, so like, why would you not have that? You've got to have that part of the movie.
It has to keep escalating. You can't take a step back with someone else. This is like, it speaks to fucking David Leitch's directing anyway. Like what I said earlier about him moving away from John Wick, and that was because he was like, if I stay here, I'm gonna just keep making John Wick, and John Wick's great, but it won't change from being John Wick. It will like, and David Leitch left that partnership to be like, I want to do different things, and that clearly extends to even like within his movies. Like, I want to make a stupid movie about people, hitmen and assassins, and it's like every fucking young filmmaker fantasy. Like, oh, what if we did a hitman thing?
It's
What if we
like
did,
Daniel
a cool
Craig now
gun
living
thing?
his fantasy of just playing a camp man solving mysteries.
Yeah. How
He's
was
just at that
Exactly.
stage now. Like, fuck it.
how was Keanu not in this movie, man? This
It is
seems
wild,
like
yeah.
this seems like the perfect movie to get a,
Does he
a
do
Keanu role in
goofy
there.
little stuff like that?
He would do.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll show up in a. What's that movie he did where he was like this woman's boyfriend who's like the best man ever?
I want to say Crazy Rich Asians.
No, it's not Crazy Rich Asians, but it's similar. It's some rom com. Yeah, I can't remember.
I
the
don't
name of
watch
it.
rom-com.
Is Ali Wong in it?
I think so. Yeah.
I think Ali Wong's in it. I don't know. I know what you mean, and I can. Yeah, it is very strange that he's not in it. Maybe he was too
Yeah.
busy. I don't know if there is a bad blood between Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, to be honest. And he's obviously kept himself closer with Chad for John Wick filming, so maybe there was some animosity there. But
I don't think so. He's the nicest guy in the world. He doesn't have beef with anyone.
yeah. To be fair, I could be speaking out my arse. He is the nicest man on the planet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we've gone shorter than normal, but like, is there any bits you guys wanted to touch on?
I did have a gripe at the very end of the movie. I did have a little criticism, but then it was immediately resolved, so it's fine. But
Okay.
the criticism was that I always hate whenever in a movie there's a character just in the middle of a road, and they're there for quite a while. They're there for like a good 30 seconds to a minute or whatever, just stood perfectly still, and then out of nowhere, like a car or a van will just come along and it'll just seem like it was just a big sudden accident, like it just slams on the horn and they just get taken out. It happens in Mean Girls, it happens in Taken.
It's like you're telling me you weren't paying attention to the
Exactly,
road.
like the
and,
driver
like,
had so fucking long to see this person in the middle of the road, and then when that happened with Joey King at the end and the tangerine van, I was like, that's kind of a little shame, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first.
Yeah. They fixed it though. They immediately fixed it once the credits started rolling, and it was fully intentional. It was fucking tangerine. No, it was lemon driving it, so fully made sense. Yeah, good stuff.
That's like a back and forth that I love. Like the movie, it's with them too, with Tangerine and Lemon. There's somehow both the emotional core and comedic relief.
I'd say Brad Pitt, like, he's the main character in all of this. I mean, I'd say there's multiple main leads, but if we're picking one, I'd say their intention was Brad Pitt. But I'd personally say if you took Tangerine and Lemon out of that film, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much.
No, it doesn't work half as well without them two. And like it almost becomes an ongoing joke about how, like, because they're the emotional core and the comedic relief of the same movie. Like it's very precarious how those characters are written. Like they could so easily not work, but the performances make them work. And they do this. Where are you guys at on the, like? Do you think there's like, maybe, I don't necessarily think this, but do you think there's like one too many deaths?
No.
Like one dies, then the other one's like, I'm actually alive, and then the other one dies, and then
I think it
same
worked.
again.
No, it works. Yeah,
Yeah.
The death fake outs were quite good, really. First of all, we haven't talked about it yet, but Zazie Beetz, again, just another bizarre cameo, just shows up, and I knew there was something going on with that fucking costumed cunt. Like, they kept showing that, like, anime panda or whatever the fuck it is. And I knew there was something going on with it. When they, like, tried to take the case or whatever, I was like, fucking someone's in that. I know something's going to happen here. And it was. And it was Zazie Beetz.
Another Deadpool 2 alum.
Yes, another Deadpool 2 alum. She fucking... The thing about, like, the snake and the venom thing, that was all so fucking well done. Like, I really loved the way, like, she fucking injected Brad Pitt. Because, like, when she first injected Brad Pitt, I was like, oh, no, I liked him. Fuck, that's shit. But then, like, the way he fucking got the anti-venom or whatever the serum was really well done. And then again, a little later, when the snake just popped up and fucking bit his arm over and over again.
He was fortunate to have already had the serum in
Exactly. Yeah, I thought he was done for at that point. I was like, oh, fuck, I liked him again, but that's it. And then he's like, oh, no, I already had the anti-serum. I'm good. I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, that's fair, I guess. That makes sense.
It is. Yeah, it's like obviously the ongoing joke with him is that he's just unlucky, and he's like the luckiest person throughout there. Like, characters are consistently like, this guy's luck sucks, and I'm like, he's somehow alive.
Yeah, I was gonna say everyone he's come into contact with is fucking dead, but he's still like, it may be bad luck, but there's some form of good luck going on there because, like you say, he's not dead.
I did like what the elder said about him, about that whole thing, like the ladybug, how, there's the ancient proverb about it's not that he's unlucky, it's that he sucks up all the bad luck so everyone else around him doesn't necessarily have to deal with it. I thought, I don't know,
nice.
There's something about that old Japanese wisdom that is just very soothing.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, it's nice to hear. It's not unwelcomed.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm all with it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like.
You want to eat your Mackies, don't you?
No. I've been eating my Mackies. I'm fine.
I know.
I'm content.
I'm aware.
No, I like. There are the only criticisms that I have is I think sometimes the movie dates itself in the dialogue.
He hates it.
No, not so. No, but like, can't you? I don't know. Maybe it's not something that like it bothers me, and I would.
Do you have an example of that?
Yeah, I think anyone in a movie ever saying, fuck, what was it? I wrote it down. Cool story, bro. There's something about it that just makes me like internally cringe. I don't know what it is, but
Must
like,
have missed that.
I can't remember exactly who says it. I know I wrote it down, but this was like a month ago. So I know at some point someone says "cool story, bro," and I didn't like it.
All right. Anything else?
I mean, look, you didn't notice it, so that's fine.
Any other examples?
I said it earlier. Aaron Taylor Johnson's character at one point says things like "holy shit balls" or something, and I don't know. I feel like just not cool. Given like how fun their back and forth is.
Yeah.
Weird. Just an odd line.
Just like the odd phrase, that makes you just go a bit.
Yeah, and it sets a date on it. Like it just immediately makes me go like. To be honest, not even for like 2022 or whenever it came out. Like that makes me be like. 2016? What's happening here? Like, what's happening? Why are we saying holy shit balls? Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
Fair enough. Well, it was lovely having you on as a guest, Lawrence.
Thanks.
Will we be seeing you next week?
Yeah, I think he'll join us next week for Barbie. If he's lucky, he'll be back. Are we doing little recommendations? Because, first of all, this is a good movie. It's my favorite movie ever now. I love this movie. I stan this movie. This is my Letterboxd top movie. I don't have a Letterboxd account, and I never will. And I will make fun of you if you have one.
I'll stay.
Does it have to be movies, or can it be anything?
No, I will recommend. Lawrence recommended going to Crazy Golf last time. So.
It can literally be anything you would like to share.
Yeah, so, anything, Beth.
Do you want us to go first? Then you can have a moment?
Yeah. I'll listen to you two, and then I'll have some inspiration because I'll see if I want to go serious or goofy.
I watched a nice movie called Elemental, which is I think it's Pixar's newest, and I am aware that the box office for it is just absolutely tanking. Like it's performing fucking terribly.
I heard the complete opposite.
Really?
I heard it's Disney's like most profitable movie since fucking Something Big.
since that movie Something Big.
No, I heard it's like surprised everyone and it's fucking doing gangbusters. Hold on, let me put it up.
Yeah, do. No, because I like when this is about a week ago I saw it and I remember seeing it then that it wasn't performing.
Also, full disclosure, I was looking for my boo sound effects then when you said that because here you are once again shilling for the studios.
What Elements is a good movie?
Well, yeah, you would say that, you studio shill.
Oh, Elementals! I can't lie, I completely missed out what you said at the beginning, but now I'm in.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I do want to see it.
Yeah, it's a return to form for Pixar.
It's made 311,689,000 so far. Just about 312 million so far.
Does it say what its budget
was?
You said million thousand, Nathan.
Shut up, Beth. Yeah, probably somewhere. Pixar fights back and Elemental sets another record. Blah, blah, blah. Elemental has continued to show major growth at the worldwide box office. Pixar opened in June 16th. Initially, it was a flop. Here's what it says. Like, movie turned out massively disappointing, 29.6 million opening weekend. From 29.6 million to 312 million, that's a fucking huge climb.
Yeah.
Especially
after
from
a week after it came out. Too.
Exactly, because opening weekend is usually like where a movie will like get the biggest fucking return, and then after that it'll like kind of slow down. But this is like the opposite.
That's just
really.
showing that like you can't really predict with kids movies.
Dinner's going this week brings total to 251. It's gone up even more since then. This puts it ahead. The Elemental budget was around 200 million. It says here.
That's that. They've made good profit then.
They've made a return on it, which is better than a lot of movies are having at the minute. This is like the summer where movies are brought out to fucking get shot in the town square.
But anyway, Lawrence, shill for this big studio that you love.
Yes, I will. Well, I will recommend it and say it's a very, very good movie. I had a very good time. Pixar has got a reputation recently as not being as good as it once was, and I do think that is true, but this seems to be some sort of like a return to form. It's nice and quick. It's a breezy watch. It's got some important themes and messaging. Like, it doesn't take an idiot to work out what it's for at the end of the day. Like, they're kids' movies. They're made to be kids' movies, but they're still really accessible. And I had a good cry, which was lovely. And what I will say, so that I don't shill for the studio, is you should absolutely pirate this movie and not go and pay to go and see it. That is not an indictment on the creators. Stop paying studios until they start paying people properly.
Oh, you fucking cunt. You had to say that at the end there. You just had.
Yes.
You just ruined my next fucking joke. You fucking prick. So I'll say it anyway. So Lawrence is recommending Disney. I am going to recommend supporting the writers and actors on strike and not giving in and giving the studios more money, which they will never give to these artists. No. Although I do support that and absolutely fuck the studios.
I was so ready to be like, obviously you don't recommend this.
Too late, Lawrence.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm going to recommend a sketch comedy series you can watch on Netflix. It's called... Can't remember.
Good promo, Nathan. Good promo.
It's called...
Well, I really recommend it.
Yeah, you
It's
must
called
love that show.
It's called Beth. It's called I Think You Should Leave. It's with Tim Robinson. You've probably seen clips of this popping up on Twitter recently because it's been quite popular. So I decided to check it out. There's 3 seasons of it on Netflix, and it's just so fucking funny with a lot of great comedic actors. It's just random, like, comedy sketches, like stuff you'd find on SNL, but actually good. And they get so bizarre and funny. Stuff you might have seen recently, like popping up on Twitter, is like the one where Tim Robinson, the comedian, he goes to the drive-thru and he tries to order. He tries to start a pay it forwards chain going with the guy in front of him. It's all very funny. It's just really good. He's the guy you often see in the meme, like, you know, where he's dressed as a hot dog and he's like, "We're all trying to find the guy who did this." Yeah. He's that guy. Just watch it. It's a very funny show. And Steven Yeun was in probably one of the funniest sketches I've ever seen. So yeah, very good.
Nice.
Check it out. That's on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Bethany Taylor, any recommendations for us?
Yes. I think if everyone has a laptop or PC, should get The Sims.
One of the most popular games on the planet, Beth.
Yeah, and I understand why. It's great. I spent 5 hours yesterday refurbing a home.
Is this The Sims 4, or
Yes.
are you an older Sims fan?
I do. Sims 2 will always have my heart. It's a classic. It's what I grew up on. But I no longer have. It's on my iTunes. I had it when I had my Mac, so I could access it somehow. So it is still there in the ether. But I have also Sims 3 and Sims 4, but the one that I'm playing at the moment is Sims 4. And don't be like me and wait until 26 years of age to use mods and hacks and cheats. Just fucking Google them and use them because it's jokes. Hashtag free real estate, bro.
I think it's free now, isn't it? You can get it for free.
Yes,
No,
the
it's
base
nice,
game
yeah,
is
yeah.
now free. You have to pay
Yeah.
for all the packs, of course, but base
Yeah.
game is now free. So I recommend you get it.
There you go.
Is
there you
there
go.
word on Sims 5 anytime soon?
Not for a
Yeah,
while, but
it's
there
in
is.
development. I know that.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, but it'll be a little while, I reckon. One good thing about Sims is inclusivity. You can
Yeah.
now
I
choose.
heard they're really
You
good
can
at that,
choose
yeah.
pronouns. You can have medical wearables. Like, it's actually so sick.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I heard they did do quite a lot of like, they've made big strides, more so than other games.
So
have done, yeah.
much, like, it's actually kind of scary. Like, you'll have like leg and arm hair
Beth
grow
is
back.
scared of progressive
No,
change.
like in the game, like your leg and arm hair will grow back, and you have to go to the shower and shave. I've toggled that off because it was bear jar, and I had to do it like every other day, and it was like really annoying.
Yeah,
But
I don't even do
but
that
the
in real
fact
life.
that they've added those things in to like include
Yeah.
everyone else, like they have like scars, like if you're post-op like trans person, like they have like the scarring and stuff. It's just sick. It's cool. Like
That
you
is
can
neat,
proper
yeah.
design people to like real life.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, check those things out. All of those suggestions will be in the description. If you've enjoyed listening to this,
Yes, thank you
then
for
can
listening
have-
to my podcast. I don't know why Lawrence is
Fuck's
taking
sake.
the ending of this. Obviously,
Alright, Beth.
myself and Nathan will be back. I'm very
I know,
much.
I'm eating my chips. This is all you, Beth. Take it away, please.
Thank
I
you
don't
for-
like doing this.
Thank you for listening. Leave a little cheeky
No, I'm gonna
5-star
stop
review
this
on
right here.
Spotify.
I'm gonna end this. Lawrence, take over. Stop eating your chips.
Go on, sorry, I had to jump in.
I understand, Beth, but now you'll understand why I've had to come in and rescue you here.
No,
Um,
I don't know the
Thank
outro.
you, Beth. Please, I'm outroing. Thank you very much for listening. If you have enjoyed this, new episodes go up of this show every single Friday at 10 a.m. We have a wicked fun time. If you are looking to follow us and hear our thoughts and opinions, you can follow us at Another Happy Pod. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads now as well, which is like pretty terrible, but is still better than Twitter to a degree, and it will be better in time, I'd imagine. We have another podcast, which I will let Nathan tell you about.
It's called Still Got Legs. It comes out every Monday at 10 a.m. It's hosted by me and Catherine, and we talk about Doctor Who. So check it out.
And next week we're going to be doing this.
You can find me under the lights, diamonds under my eyes.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever. So is yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now until forever. Do you guys ever think about dying?
I'm a Barbie girl in a
No,
Barbie
I'm fully putting in
world.
Dua Lipa's tune.
Oh, nice.
Don't. We'll
Fully
get
putting
claimed.
You can
Don't.
find
No,
it.
we'll get claimed. We'll get claimed.
Nice.
We will get claimed a little bit.
Or
but
just
it
get,
will be worth
hi
it.
Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Ken,
Hi, Barbie.
hi Barbie, hi Ken.
Oh, I'm so excited to see that movie. Yeah, we're going to have a wicked time doing that next week. Beth is going to be joining us. Or sorry, I'm going to be joining Beth and Nathan.
Hell
I should
yeah.
say.
Can't get rid
So
of
we're gonna
me.
have- that'll be 3 episodes in a row we've had a guest.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
4 if you count Still Got Legs.
Yeah, thanks for coming on 2 times in
Yeah.
a row, Lawrence. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're very, very welcome, Bethany. It's my pleasure. Thanks for listening. Fuck you. See you later. Bye.
That's very mean. I don't want to end the
Yeah.
podcast that way. Say something nice.
Give your loved ones a kiss and treasure each and every individual moment.
Beth, say something nice.
Live, laugh, love.
Nope, not something your mum says on the kitchen wall.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
No.
Yeah,
Time
get
for
yourself on a
Prosecco.
flight to the Caribbean. It'll change your life.
All right, Beth's tip is to be rich. And I will say,
Peasants.
tell someone that you love them. Good night and goodbye.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
fuck!
Do I click end now?
Yeah, you can end now.
Whatever.